Hello again, YouTube. This is the Truth Man with the follow-up that I normally like to do after the Sunday sermon. And the Sunday sermon was, uh, how will your story end? Um, Sometimes the follow-up will be related to the Sunday sermon. Sometimes it won't. Sometimes it'll be a little mixture. Kind of will, kind of won't. But I want to talk about and dealing with the how will your story end. I want to talk about some of the conspiracies that are in the world today. And yeah, my V-neck is stretched. It's stretched out. So you ain't gonna listen to me because I got a stretched out V-neck on. What if a person has a nice V-neck, but they're telling you wrong? So we have a lot of conspiracies in our world. We have a lot of religions in our world. When I was younger, less wise, I used to try to debate with people with religious beliefs that don't align with mine or that differ from mine. Now it's either you gonna make it or you ain't. Like either it don't matter, what church you affiliate with. Only thing that matters is your name in the book of life or no. That's what matters. And y'all gotta excuse me. Like I feel like how you feel like you got a burp. And sometimes it'll come out and that's like the worst video etiquette. So let me take a little breath, make sure I don't burp. Yeah, okay, so take me seriously though. I might joke around sometimes, but this is serious stuff. Um, so people cling so strong to, well, I was raised Catholic, and like a guy just told me that I was raised Catholic. Because I was telling him, he said we were always taught that the mark of the beast was 666. And I'm explaining to him that it's really 616, but he wasn't trying to hear it. So, I mean, the way I used to be, I would argue with him like, dude, that's his life. If he loses soul, he loses soul. Do I want anybody to lose their soul? No. Am I going to lose sleep? Knowing what I know now, the wisdom that I know, the revelations that the Most High gave me. See, it ain't no fairy tale or no coincidence, the existence of the Most High. It's like that's not even up for negotiation. Like, that's not my imagination. I mean, listen, I know some people say, like some religions say, the last prophet was this person. The last prophet was this. Ain't no more prophets. All these beliefs. Uh, you entitled to believe what you want, but it's not going to change who I am. It's not going to change who this person is. Not going to change who that person is. Like, you don't stop an architect from being an architect by saying you wasn't an architect. You ain't no architect. You ain't no real architect. No, an architect is an architect. If he has been given that title based on his training and the things that he learned, you can't stop him from being what he is by what you say. That's the problem with a lot of people. They think they can do that and they can't. That's one of the problems with the world today that we live in. Like, for instance, man, look at that. Let me take this off. Hopefully it won't start beeping. It's all twisted up. Now y'all really gonna see the stretch V-neck. So, it reminded me of this one guy. He tried to say, stop claiming my hood, you not from my hood, right? This is what he told me some years back about the block that I grew up on since the 70s. This guy came over there in 2005. Nobody knew him but kids. And he says, man, stop claiming my hood. You ain't from my hood. And I said, man, you only been over there since 2005. I mean, That's how people think, though. They think that they're gods. Like, they think that whatever they believe is the truth. No, whatever you believe, if it's not the truth, because there is, in almost everything, there is a truth. In some things, there is the truth. But something doesn't become the truth because you believe it or I believe it. It's the truth because it's the truth. So, regardless, like, for instance, I'm going to give it to you in plain. Let's say somebody wrote a course on how trees grow, right? They went by the statistics. They went by everything that happens during a tree's growth. And they went by the actual evidence of what happens when a tree grows. Then 10 people come and say, well, that's not true. A tree grows like this, tree grows like this. But what they say can't be proven, and what they say has no evidence of it being the truth. Like, what are you going to do? You know what most people will do? They'll become confused. Well, this person said the trees grows like this, even though what that person said, that's not how trees grow. The person who wrote the original, or even if one of those people who came along said, well, no, this is how trees grow. If they stuck to the things that the original person taught, then it's the truth. Now, if they go by all these other people, then it's a lie. That's why you have to stick to the facts. The fact is that we have literally, look at me, I have two eyes that are inside of my skin, my eyelids, but they're also in my skull, and my all of this is connected, right? I'm connected up to become what we call a human being. Look at me, hair, eyes, nose, look. This clearly, based on the evidence of anything, whether it be cars, whether it be a house, a commercial building, everything has a designer. And what is the designer? The architect. You have the architect, you have the worker. Everything goes back to the same premise, but yet people still try to downplay it. Everything. You got jails. You have hell. Hell is described similar to jails. Okay, you have automobiles, which we call cars usually. You have human beings. Same design pattern, right? Almost everything has an outside, an inside. It has wire, like the cell phone that I'm doing this video on. It has wires, it has a battery, it has this, it has that makes it work, right? Right? But yet, you still have people claiming not to believe in God. And that's one of the reasons why I asked how your story went. See, I'm done trying to convince you, man. The evidence is already here. You go in his court. That's just like, I can't stop people from committing crimes. People commit crimes because that's what they want to do. And they'll justify it in their mind as being the way to go. But when they're found guilty, if you stand before a perfectly righteous judge, guilty, what's going to happen? You're going to be sentenced. You're going to be convicted. Yet, me in the past, other people talking about eternal security. People that turn away from God, all kind of stuff, talking about some eternal security. Now you gonna earn heaven. And the Messiah proved that. He that endure to the end, the same shall be saved. He proved that. Like, I mean, that's why I'm not convincing anybody. Like, when I get out there, I'm just going to invite people, the people who come, just like I do on here. You come, you watch my videos, you learn. You could be one of the people, though, that scroll past me. Maybe the thumbnail's bad, they got me like this or some stuff. You scroll past me. Or even if I got a good thumbnail and when you see me, you just turn off the video. It's your loss, man. I'm not trying to convince you, man. It's your loss, man. It's your soul. It's your soul. Like my soul. Well, it's not your soul. You know what I mean. It's the Most High soul to determine what he want to do with. But I'm saying you determine your own fate. F-A-T-E. I determine my own fate. So why should I argue with somebody who doesn't agree? You don't agree? You don't agree. Now, sometimes I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna be honest. Sometimes I just say, okay, it's time to tear off into this person. Like whether it be politics, whether it's this, whether it's that. I don't like to do that like I used to. Because to me, it's a waste of time. But everybody, you know, is going to choose their own fate. And that's why I talked about that earlier. How will your story end? Like, I mean, it's your story. Like, you are writing the book of your life. And I told you already, like I tell you, this is the No Matrix channel. I tell you all the time, one of the key ways to escape the Matrix is not needing people. Not needing people. You're supposed to stick to the Most High standard and not need people. We're going to get into that next week, though. Thanks for watching. Keep tuning in. Hit the like button. Share the content. Tell them, put it on your Facebook. Tell them I'm bringing the church to y'all today. And play the Sunday sermons. I'll see you tomorrow, which basically starts the new week. Think about what I said on these videos. Until then, we'll see you tomorrow.